Lord have mercy. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. Sit on down. This is going to be a lengthy live. We have a lot that we have to discuss and talk about in this video. I thought you might speak on Tasha trying to beat our mind being a radio personality. Well, we're going to talk about that too. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. I see you, Tasha, in here. I see Queen Boy in here. Shout out. It is a lot of stuff going on that we need to discuss. And Chris Stokes reached out to us. We're going to talk about that too in this video. So in our first discussion, that it was correct. The DL Whisperer was right. Dominique is serving 21 months in jail. 21 months in jail for allegedly stealing money from a non-profit. She's calling it 21 days of rest, but the public is calling it 21 days in jail. So the DL Whisperer was correct when he said that she is going to jail. She is now in custody for 21 days. She said she had another deal where they wanted to give her like 6 months or a couple of months and 9 months and all of that. She was saying she can't really dive into and talk about it because it's a protective order. And she said allegedly somebody in the organization slept with somebody, and she was saying that. But again, she had been arrested and she has been convicted, and she will be spending 21 days in jail. Now, people have been sending me the clips on TikTok. And of course, I watched it. And a lot of times, she was saying that the DL Whisperer was a liar. The DL Whisperer did not tell the truth. The DL Whisperer is really putting out false information. But to find out it was all true, that she is serving 21 days in jail. Now, we don't know what will be the response from T.S. Madison because Dominique is still over the T.S. Madison starter home. But as of right now, Dominique is arrested for 21 days. 21 days. So it's 21 days. So she had other deals. She refused it, and this, I believe, they gave her 21 days, and they were saying that she had to pay restitution. Now they said 21 days, not 21 months, 21 days, you guys. They're saying that she will have to pay restitution. Now, allegedly, from my research, they said she stole $100,000. So she have to pay restitution. But again, Dominique Morgan is arrested, and that is what we have in there. And she says she had to be in there for 21 days. Now, once I really get the court documents to see for myself, everybody said 21 days. Dominique actually did a live yesterday, said she'll be gone for 21 days. Everybody else was talking about it. I did get a deal. They said, you're going to talk about the Dominique stuff? You're going to talk about the Dominique stuff? I said, oh my gosh, what's going on? And this is the thing, like when you work for these nonprofits, you shouldn't steal from them because, again, these nonprofits are here to help people. And if you're there, if your sole purpose is to help the community, you should not be taking any money if these reports are true. Again, we're going to say alleged until we see some court documents. We're going to say alleged that she's put in 21 days. I'm not going to say she stole the money because, again, we will have to get proof and evidence that she stole the money and all of that type of stuff. But if she pleaded guilty, then that to tell you that you pretty much are saying that you took the money if you plead guilty to the crime. So a couple of people has been hitting me up regarding this, now again, this is how this beef started with the DL Whisperer, and the DL Whisperer was putting out there that she will be going to jail for fraud, for stealing money. Now, MC Shaky was another person that went to prison. This have been his second time when he went to prison for fraud. It's easy because you get involved in that, and it's kind of hard because a lot of times when you get in these situations and you're around all this money, you just start sticking your hand in the cookie jar. You cannot do it. It is illegal. You can't not steal the money. It is illegal. You can't do it. But apparently, Dominique did do it, and she is dealing with the consequences of spending those 21 days in jail. Now, that's a win-win because 21 days is not that difficult. I spent 54 days in jail. Once you start reading books and start moving on, you will be out of jail before you know it. And Rosa for Bingo, yeah, him too. You can't be doing this fraud stuff. And she said on a board, if I'm not mistaken, this lady sits on a board of another nonprofit. She sits on the board of another nonprofit. And so we don't know if she's stealing from that as well. We don't know. So we can't say she is stealing from that as well. But she's sitting on another board. And when it comes to this stuff, you have to be very cautious because, again, we are talking about a serious situation when you are stealing money and then people get caught up and they get into these type of situations. You have to be very cautious. And I'm just being all the way real. And don't be tempted to say, oh, yeah, let me go ahead and take this money. Let me go. Don't do it. Just work hard for yourself. Get your own coin. Don't take the money. And again, she does a lot of stuff on TikTok. And like they were saying a lot of stuff about her on TikTok, saying I'm glad that she's gone. She said here, she said and lied and said she wasn't going to jail. She tried to make it the DL Whisperer as being a criminal. But this is what the DL Whisperer messed up at. And I've said this in previous videos. He messed up when he went to T.S. Madison home and he recorded it. And he also messed up when he was saying private address and posting stuff all on his social media for him to get these restraining orders. And he is still locked up in jail as well. So now we're dealing with the DL Whisperer have made a post where he want to do a mark. He want people to come out and protest at a park in Atlanta. And he said it's all about defending Black women. We don't know if it's going to be a successful protest, but that's what he said behind bars, that he want to have this protest and for protect Black women against DL men. And that is something that he did post. And he said that that's something that he want to do. And he want people to go to this particular park. I didn't get the name of the park, but it's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Based out of Atlanta, Georgia. There will be a march on May 16th. And I don't know if a lot of people are going, but he want people to participate in this. And I get it. I understand why he want to do this. He want to show that he is showing love and he want the Atlanta crowd. I guess he want the national public to know about this. But would I think this will be successful and hundreds of women going to show up? No. Because again, these women are fickle. They just with you when you on social media, crashing out, going against people, dogging out people, and all that. They're not going to come out their home and get in their vehicle and drive. Now, there may be about 1 or 2 women there, probably 3, but I don't see 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 women showing up on the behalf of the DL Whisperer. I don't see that happening. That's just my humble opinion. I do not see that happening. But he did put out a post and people were saying, come on out and support. Because again, a lot of his followers, and I was reading and I was looking in the comments, they were saying you should have never went around T.S. Madison home. You are the blame of all of this. You should have never went to her home. You should have never you should have never recorded that. You should have listened to us. And I'm going to read some more of these comments. Let me see if I can read some more of the comments. Let me go actually to his page there. Because again, we definitely want to see. Let me go to his page and see, do I have it right here? Yes, I do have it right here. I don't think 50 folks will be coming to him. No offense. I don't believe so. That 50 folks will be coming, in my humble opinion. But they said free Quan protests, and that will be on May 16th in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's about a walk for due process and fair treatment. Only one person said they're going. 9 people said they're interested. One person said they're going. 9 people said they're interested. Um, Let me read these comments. He did do a video. They said, "Man, what does trans women got to do with protecting real women?" LOL. They not DL. I see them. You see them. We see them. This it will change his whole franchise pitch. Do you mean May? Yeah, May 16th. Because I was thinking, man, okay. It's like he could be Tupac nephew to me. Nobody is saying like they going to it. They said that's my birthday. Let me see something because I might can make it. They said, can we zoom the process as well? Because a lot of us aren't in ATL. This is Chicago here. I'm with y'all. Facts. I'm in Michigan. Great question. I'm in New York. They say I'm in Connecticut checking in as well. Right. I'm in New York. Somebody else said I'm in Pittsburgh here. Somebody else said, why is dude in the back looking like that? Wasn't he here in the last video? It's the first thing I saw when I seen the video, LOL. I just said the same thing. Yes, he was in the last video. I thought I was the only one who noticed that it's creepy. Yes, watch him like before. Maybe he is his protector. They said, I thought he was in jail for violating a restraining order. They said, that's exactly why he's there. They said, y'all worry about this. I'm worried about why the man in the back staring at him down. They said, now, this is how you do this. This is what I'm talking about. They said, why we need to do a speed run through jail and free him ourselves. We love Quan for real. Another person commenting under here, I'm confused. Why no bond yet? Did he do more than violate a TPO or something? Okay, this is how Georgia laws work. Somebody comment under that post and they said aggravated stalking. If you have a protective order against someone, they violate that when you want them arrested. Wow. They said another person said free Quan. Dio Whisper, thank you for advocating for us. They said I'm working, boo. However, where we send the coin to, you gotta go fund me or something. Another person said, okay, my boy, know what he's doing. Got that shirt on backwards. They said, why is every video the weird man behind him? They said, I wish I was an ATL at this time. They said, finna be there for a minute. They said, this is too much. They said, this S word keep getting better and better, laughing my A off. They said, why is it always a redneck staring at him in the background? Another person said, I'm still not understanding why is this situation does he not have a bond? Like, did he have prior warrants? Is it ain't even heard of a person with no criminal record being denied bail. They didn't commit a hideous crime. They said, wish I was in that state. They said a comment section definitely passing the vibe test. They said, little do you know, this process you're going through is a part of your calling. Stay strong. God has you. They said, please have them do a live in New York, so around the country, so we can support. So people are definitely is not a lot of people, from my understanding, based out of Atlanta. Now, this is what the Deal Whisperers should do. Somebody brought it up, and I'm going to reiterate. They should do a Zoom meeting and be like, okay, let's broadcast this on Zoom. Let's get all the followers on Zoom. Let's contact lawyers to join the Zoom. Let's broadcast it all on social media, and as well as have a cameraman there, taping it as well. Plus, with the online audience on Zoom, have people to share it, bring special guests, bring activists, and all of that. It would be great if the DL Whisperer had an activist that really want to speak up for him, but nobody have been trying to speak up. I know they've been trying to get in contact with NAACP. They said no. From my understanding, they tried to reach out to Reverend Al organization. Reverend Al organization didn't want to touch it. He said no as well. His organization said no as well. So they was trying to reach out to the Urban League. The Urban League said no. They did reach out to some attorneys, but one attorney want 10,000, another one want 15,000, and they want to be like to even start like to put down like almost like $5,000. So he's trying to reach out to other lawyers, but again, those civil rights organizations, they all said no. And now with a lot of things going on with the Supreme Court, with the Voters' Right Act being gutted, that's really much been their focus. So they're not taking on any new case. And then again, this is not dealing with something with the white man. These are all black individuals. So this ain't something where, oh, this is a Republican, white Republican, going after the whisperer and holding him there because he's a Democrat or he's LGBT. It's not a that. This is Rainbow Gang versus Rainbow Gang. That's what it is. This is Rainbow Gang versus Rainbow Gang. That's what it is. So if you're trying to touch it, you're literally, it's community going against community. That's what it is. And unfortunately, in this community, the DL Whisperer is on the losing side of this. Now, Dominique is in jail for 21 days. Let's see if Dominique will get out before the DL Whisperer, because the DL Whisperer been in there for a couple of months, and it looks like he is not getting out no time soon. The DL Whisperer not getting out no time soon. We have been covering this case since it started. The DL Whisperer is still locked up. Now, people were saying why he's not getting bond. Well, according to my research and according to it, if you violate a protective order, they're going to charge you with aggravated stalking. If you violate that, that's going to harm your chances, because they feel like if we do give you bond, then you're not going to do anything but just go to T.S. Madison home or try to go to her home and do something. So it's best in the protection of the victims that you definitely stay in jail. They said, does he have at least 10,000 for legal defense? Now, he did spend some money on his legal defense for his rent. Me personally, I told somebody on the call, I said he should spend it towards his lawyer and just be like, have your friend, pack up the apartment, put the stuff in storage, pay for storage. But from my understanding, they said he paid some of the GoFundMe money towards his rent because he didn't want to get evicted. I personally said it should have went towards a lawyer. But again, that is his money that people donated for it, and so he's trying to raise more. And of course, yeah, he's paying his rent, so with all the stuff he's renting, so he don't want to lose his place. So that's my understanding. Somebody says he's paying it towards his rent. Now, the people that are just joining in, yes, Dominique is in jail, been in jail, is in jail. It's gonna, according to that, gonna be in jail for 21 days. 21 days. Now, while I was sleeping, resting, right? It was another pastor, preacher, prophet. Got in trouble with the IRS, didn't pay taxes, over $500,000 prophet Brian Carn was supposed to pay. Today was his sentencing day. He was sentenced to 9 months in prison. He was sentenced to 9 months in prison for stealing, for not paying his taxes. Brian Carn went on Larry Reed show a couple of weeks ago, said it was a clerical error. And with that being said, it was a clerical error. Now, he went to court today, and he was definitely he brought a check of I think $20,000 to go toward the restitution. And what they gave him was, apparently they gave him 9 months in prison. Okay. So yeah, that's what it was, 9 months. So a lot of the preachers will talk about, thank you for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 9 months in prison. Now, with that being said, Brian Carn is definitely a pastor. He pastored a couple of churches. In January of 2026, he pleaded guilty to obstructing the IRS efforts to collect tax debt. April 30th, 2026, it was reported he was sentenced to 9 months in federal prison. You got to pay your taxes. And again, they saying that it was $500,000. Let me see how much money he didn't pay. And then he still had to pay it. because over $600,000 in taxes. $600,000 in taxes. He's a Jacksonville minister. He pleaded guilty, and today was his sentencing day. In 2026, Prophet Carn filed the tax return for 2015 that properly reported he earned more than 1.4 million in income and owed more than $600,000 in taxes. He did not have repaid those taxes to the IRS. Instead, he came up with a scheme to deceive the IRS. A few months later, when the IRS attempted to collect the unpaid taxes included by placing liens on his property and a lien his bank accounts, Carr amended the 2015 tax return and falsely removed nearly 1.3 million in income that he previously reported. To accomplish this, Carr hired a new accountant and provided him with frivolous, backdated employment agreement with the provider for an annual salary of 120,000 in annual. So he was trying to trick the IRS, and they got him. And so today he have to pay. I mean, today he was sentenced to 9 months. Now he will have to check in, and he would have to turn himself in about a month or so. He would be in a low security prison, and also there has been some people there in the courthouse. Pam Esquire was there, as well as was another person that was there, and the members did not like him at all. What is his name? Thais Report was there, as some of the members of the church wanted to fight the Thais Report because they didn't like the things that he was saying on his live. Now, when Prophet Khan, when he came out, Brian Khan came out, Pam had her camera rolling, so I was watching it, and one of his members said, "Who is that?" Oh, that ain't nothing but a YouTuber. That ain't nothing but a YouTuber. Oh yeah, don't talk to her, don't talk to her. So he told his members, because some of them went to the courthouse, and he said, "I'm gonna talk to y'all on Sunday." So we don't know who he's gonna leave his church with for those 9 months. This is literally 9 months, almost a year. And of course, with good behavior, he probably would be out um, less than the 9 months. So I don't know if he had to do the full 9 months, or if he would have to do um, I don't know if he had to do the full 9 months, or if he do good and good behavior, if he get out earlier than that. So of course we will let y'all know in the future regarding this. But again, he has been convicted, and so now he have to serve it. So again, let me go back to the IRS. You have to pay your taxes. Pay your taxes. You cannot file a frivolous tax return and say, well, instead of saying I made 1.7 million or 1.6 million, I'm gonna just say I made 120,000. You can't do that. You gotta pay your taxes. Now, when he went on Larry Reid's show, he said that it was a frivolous. It wasn't frivolous. He said it was a clinical error. It was an accounting error. That wasn't what it was. You purposely lied on these documents, and you purposely change it up. That's why you were convicted. Now, he could have served more time. They gave him 9 months, and with good behavior, he probably would be out in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So we will see how that's going to play out in there. But again, for the people that are here that is fans of Prophet Khan, I say I don't think he should go to prison. I think at best he should pay restitution. It's like a way to put him in a non-violent offender and behind bars regarding this. But there have been other celebrities that Lauryn Hill, Wesley Snipes. There has been other celebrities that did serve time in prison because they did not pay their taxes, and they owe a lot of money. And of course, the IRS doesn't just go after you. They send you multiple warnings and give you chances to pay off this debt. And a lot of times, these people want to play these games and don't want to pay, and then it stacks up. You gotta pay the money. It is what it is. You gotta pay while you're there. You gotta pay your debt. Okay. So, any questions for me? I'll see y'all in the chat. And so, yes, you definitely gotta pay when it comes to stuff like that. Now, my last subject here, and I love this subject, right? I was minding my own business. I got a DM for someone that was concerned with Tasha K. They said, "Oh, don't you find it quite weird that Tasha K is trying to be on radio? You pushing Armand to be on radio?" And I said, "Well, Armand did it first, and Armand was one of the first YouTubers to really co-host in the number one market in New York. No offense to Tasha, but he was the first to do it. And so she's really like Tasha K is really trying to compete with him. So again, I looked and I'm minding my own business here. Let's look at the numbers here, Paul. And we did do a quick little meeting. I said I want to compare the numbers, if y'all don't mind. Thank you so very much to the people that's in the chat. I want to compare these numbers really quickly. Let's see. Let me go to it really quickly and compare these numbers here. Now, Tasha K did a live, and she did a live on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, let me go back. I want to make sure I find it. Okay, Tasha K did a live, and it was like exclusive. Beyonce can't sell the Met Gala. She got 1.36 million subscriber. That video did 65,000 views. Armand Wiggins did a live. He got 289,000 subscribers, and that video he did, it got 67,000 views, and he got way less subscribers. So Tasha K is trying to compete. Now, I have been out advocating and said, hey, Armand should be on the radio. He is extremely talented, and he's an extremely talented voice. And now that Tasha K has been pressing it and trying to be on radio, going live and do all that type of stuff, of course, she tried to do New York. New York said no, refused it, and New York did not allow her, Tasha K, on the radio. So again, Armand is beating her in the ratings. So, and he's doing it. He's a one-man show. She have like a team of social media folks and can't beat him in ratings. Now, I will open up the phone lines if anybody want to call in. I will definitely open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in here. Moderators, if y'all can post the number, we'll post the number really quickly here, 972-674-9462. I got the number on the screen here. They said Tasha has a machine. What do you mean machine subscribers? You said machine subscribers, or you said it's false subscribers? Yes. But we said we had to go live today. It was a lot going on. I do feel bad for Prophet Cub because he's so attractive. He is so attractive. And that man can preach. I don't want to see him in jail. Oh, we got a caller. Hey, what's up? You live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so before I say what I have to say, I have one question. Did you say Dominique Morgan was in jail or somebody else was in jail?
Dominique Morgan, 21 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh my goodness, that's shocking. When did Dominique Morgan go in? Like today?
They said today.
They sure been quiet about that.
No, they've been talking about it on. They've been talking about it on YouTube. They've been quiet, but they've been talking about it on TikTok. You know, she's very.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go in there and see. Okay. And then about the Tasha K and the whole radio thing. They need to take Tasha K off the radio. She do not need to be on the radio. I'm sorry. Like, girl, if you gonna be on the radio lying and slandering people, girl, you don't need to be on the radio. Like, yeah, you making it more entertaining because you bring that Wendy Williams style back. But girl, you're gonna mess around and get sued again. This girl had the nerve to go on the radio station the other day and go and say, she said a bunch of lies about Megan Thee Stallion. Talking about this girl's supposed to be on tour, but she can't sell out. I'm like, why the hell would she be on tour right now for a 2-year-old album? That album came out 2 years ago. That album came out in 2024. This girl ain't put out an album since 2024. Why does she need to be on tour? Why are you sitting online talking about she had to cancel her tour early because tickets wasn't selling? That's a lie. I went to the Megan Thee Stallion tour with Glorilla was open up for her. She a lie. No free tickets was being out. She wasn't giving out free tickets. The tickets wasn't discounted. Like, it wasn't like how some of these other artists out here are selling their stuff for like $5 or a pack of hot dogs. Like, it wasn't even like that. So And I just feel like I get it. You want to make it like you want to make radio fun again. You want to make it like salacious and kind of like okay, let's get radio back into like gear where younger people or certain type of demographic is listening to it. But girl, do not get on the radio and lie. Like, do not get on the radio and start airing out people alleged business, and it's a lie. It's a blatant lie. Like, I just thought that was just so weird how she got on the radio and was just really saying that and being like saying that she had tea on clay and all that. And I was like, you ain't had no tea on clay because baby, if you would have had tea on clay, you would have been said that. You would have been dropped it. Just like how she be ready to drop Stephon Diggs baby mama issues. You would long time ago. So I really don't like that. Like I don't think she needs to be on the radio. At least when Armand get on the radio, Armand keeps it cute. He keeps it classy. You know, he do his little one too, but it's not to where people are like, what? Why would you get on the radio and say that? Why would you get on the radio and lie? You know, I think that's like the difference between Armand and Tasha K. Like he ain't just lying. He's not just making up stuff or just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't just running his mouth and just talking. You know what I'm saying? He may give opinion that people may not like all the time, but it ain't a lie. You ain't just making up something that sound cool or sound like relevant. Like Tasha K really had me side eyeing her because I'm like, girl, why would you get on the radio and lie like that? Making people think that this girl then had to shut her tour down because she couldn't sell. When the girl ain't dropped the album since 2024, like, what are you talking about? That girl been quiet. The girl ain't even been dropping no music. She been dropping a bunch of features and one song, my man, my tap, my man, but that was about it. But that girl ain't been dropping no album or no music. So why would you even get on there and start talking reckless like that? Then you want to talk about Nicki Minaj and bring her like keep like girl, find you something safe to do. Like that, I just feel like one day somebody gonna catch Tasha K slipping and they really gonna drag her. I mean, I've seen Tasha K fight before. That girl can fight a little bit. But I'm just saying, like, when they catch her, somebody gonna drag her by the little ass head that she got on her head because I just it is almost like a monkey see, monkey do. And shout out to the people that gave Tasha K a chance because I thought the girl was blackballed, but apparently somebody then gave her a job or gave her a chance to still be vocal out here in these streets. But I just feel like she don't need to be on radio. She don't need to be on the radio. She don't need to be on radio because she's gonna cause the radio station to get sued. She's gonna cause the radio station to really get played with in the courts. So I just feel like it's a little bit more different. Armand, he still makes it colorful without being salacious. He still makes things colorful without taking it too far. It's like he understands that's a boundary. Tasha K, she don't understand boundaries. She don't understand when she's doing too much. She don't understand, like, girl, you need to do your research and make sure that it's the truth before you start running your mouth. Like, I don't know. That whole Nicki Minaj piece, Tasha K, that making a stallion piece and all that, that just kind of like had me looking at her crazy because I was like, why would you bring your behind on these people radio stations acting like you at home with no shoes on? Like, girl, have some class and just have some class and carry yourself a certain way, girl. Like, girl, why you gotta be that? Why you gotta be the stereotype of a bald head chicken head? Like, I don't know. I just ain't like all that. And that's
I
all I
agree.
have to say.
No, 1000% I agree. And like when she was on there and she was saying she had some tea on DJ Vlad and all that type of stuff, it was a random DM that she received, and the lady wanted to get some money from Tasha. If you read the DM, she was like,
Right.
"I should have, but I need some monetary, not no big thing, but I need some money." So I'm like, I don't even trust that information because she already coming in and says she want to get paid.
Right. And I'm just like, I just, mm-mm. And then with the whole Bilal thing, they talking about Bilal homeless. And I'm like, well, Tasha, why you ain't offering this man somewhere to stay? He keep coming on your show. He allegedly giving you all the tea, all the proof. Why you ain't giving that man no place to stay? And he up there sleeping in his car.
And she showed,
It's
and
like
she showed.
everybody that go to Tasha K story, everybody that go to Tasha K page and tell their story. They always end up on the poopy end of the stick. They don't never end up on the right side of the law or on the right side where victims are like really being heard and taken serious. Every time you see somebody on there telling their story about letting them know how they've been victimized, they end up being in a worse situation than what they started off in. I'm starting to notice a trend with her.
I agree. I agree. And I do feel like she should pay him like five, 10, $15,000 so he can get like an extended stay. Like for him being homeless. And then his priorities too is kind of messed up. Why are you so quick to try to diss Jada and you not have housing? Shouldn't that be your priority to get housing?
That's what I thought too. I thought he was a little crazy because he was saying that Jada was trying to send people out to do stuff to him, but I don't know. But he do need to get his priorities together because he too big to be homeless sleeping in a damn car. Then he talking about he
He
got
should,
his own
and let me
YouTube
say
where
this,
he's
and I know
selling
Tasha ain't gonna like me
shades
saying
and
this,
books.
but Brother Bilal
I,
should create his own YouTube channel and spill his
well,
own tea on.
he's selling a book. He got a book, so that's why I was shocked that he ain't got no money because he did a book, tell a book about his experience being Will Smith's friend and all types of. I don't know if they took it off of Amazon or if he even sold it on Amazon, but he had his own book.
I think personally, he would have should have created his own channel, spill the tea, get them clicks and views, monetize his own story. Because going on
Hmm.
Tasha, you're building up her channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like
because
Gene Deal.
she
Remember
telling
he
people to
used
go
to
to her website first. She telling
fact.
everybody to go to her website first, so she getting that money on the back end.
Yeah, that's helping her. So what he should have did is went on his own channel and build his own stuff up. And then you could have collaborated with Tasha, but make sure the T is on your channel. And I guarantee you he would have made a lot of money, especially when that first news broke. I mean, and Jada
Yep.
responded, it would have made him a
And
household
Jada was
name.
walking around New York with that bald head and stuff, talking all hippity hoppity to the press and stuff, getting her Tupac on. Yeah, that would have been real good.
Facts.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I feel like
Well,
I feel like he should have. I feel like he should have just created his own entity, because it is that because he
but
put on
I
her
wonder
channel
why he
multiple
didn't
times.
do that. I remember at one point in time they was acting like he was over there living in Dubai. He had to make time to come back to do the second part of Tasha K's show. But I was like, I don't know how true that was. He
Because
seemed
how
like
you
a
living
little
in
bit of a
Dubai and you
liar
living in
to
your
me.
car? So you living in your car in Dubai or you back in America? So I'm not
In
understanding that.
America, he was sleeping in his car. He homeless in America. But when he did that first, when he did his first sit down with Tasha K, he was living in America. And then he left and he was living in Dubai. And then he came back over here and been homeless ever since.
I'm just saying like that is crazy.
Right. Tasha K needs to help these people because it seems like every time they go on your show, they end up doing real bad. They end up real bad. They end up in a messed up situation. So I don't know. That girl got some stuff going on with her show, some little hoodoo or whatever. But no.
Because I'm like, because when Brother Bilal when he was in Dubai and all that costs money. So why even go out of the country and then he's trying to file this and then he's losing. By the way, make it clear he had lost some parts of the case, and Jada is asking for money, is asking for her attorney fees to be paid.
I don't blame her. You can't go around saying certain stuff about people and not have no real proof. You literally have to been walking around there with the meta glasses on to catch stuff like that. No, ma'am.
Because he been losing
It's hard to
and
prove
Jada been
stuff like
winning in
that. You
court.
can you can say
And
somebody you can call somebody gay all you want, but that don't mean that how can you prove that unless somebody come out and say I was messing.
yeah, so because on TMZ they definitely talked about it, and I said, "Oh wow, okay, um, that's quite interesting."
And then
Um,
about the DL Whisper, I wonder if people gonna come to his protest in Georgia, and I'm also trying to figure out like, will that solve anything? Like, with them going up there to protest, like, what is that gonna solve? Like, what is that gonna like do for you? Like, how would that benefit you?
I don't know about what the benefit may because it isn't gonna be nobody really going there. But back to the Jada thing, she racked up a legal bill of $49,000. That is what she asked for the court. Bilal sued Jada over emotional distress claim he suffered. He says that he's a longtime friend of Will and asked to help a Will out with damage control after Will slapped Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscar. Bilal claims Jada and her associates made threats against him after they learned he was writing a memoir, which he said caused some serious emotional distress. The actress denied the allegations, said he had not presented any evidence to back up his claims that he lost a girlfriend, had to leave the country, and lost weight as a result of
Yeah,
alleged
that's when he was
distress.
living in Dubai.
She also alleged she claims were made to generate attention as part of an ongoing public campaign of harassment directed at her and Will. The case is ongoing, so she wants part of it, but then they got other parts of the case, and she asked for $49,000 in legal fees to be paid.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her because he went on a bunch of interviews bringing that stuff up to the front line. They ain't say nothing about it. And I'm like, what PR control did you do for Will Smith about that slap? Because he didn't do nothing like, he ain't issued no apology letter or nothing to him. So I'm just like, I don't know.
Now the
I
DL
don't know.
Whisper, I don't think it's gonna be 100 women showing up. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't even stay in Atlanta, and they don't care. They don't want to be a part of it. They find what you once you out of jail, crashing out, but they're not gonna show up 100 women deep, showing up to support. That's just not gonna happen.
I want to see.
We shall see, but
I
he
want to
even
see.
put the wrong date, and they had to correct him, saying, "Did you meant to say May instead of March?" I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
already
don't, I don't
know.
think so. They were saying, why don't you just put it on Zoom? So right then and there, I don't see it. We shall see how that's going to play out. But
Mhm.
he's still in there without bail, and it's quite sad that he don't have bail at all.
Mhm.
And so, it's a good thing that he's
He
behind
should get a
bars because he can
bail.
get time served. So whatever time, like if they give him a year, he probably would be done with it almost by the time he go and get a sentence. So as long as he in there, that time will be used to, in his favor.
Right. Yeah, I don't think he should
I
do
would have
real
took the
jail. I
10
don't.
years
I don't think he should
probation
do
if
prison
I was
time.
him.
I feel
I
like
went on and
time
took that 10
served is
years
enough.
probation. But yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think he should do. I think it should really be time served. He been in there long enough. But we'll see what happens. And we'll see what happened in May. I think it was May 13th. May 13th in Georgia. So I want to see how that turns out. Whoever running that page, whoever running the page, it looks like they trying their best. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna jump down to the bushes because my food done, and I'm about to eat
Okay.
and finish watching you. But yeah, I definitely feel like Armand is the better host for radio. I hope DL Whisper he get out soon. He don't deserve it. I mean, time served. Let him out. I feel like he learned his lesson as far as like messing with TS and how to navigate through those type of trolling situations. And I'm curious to see what people are saying about Dominique Morgan about her being arrested now.
Yeah,
But
they
uh,
definitely were talking about it on
yeah,
Instagram. Not on
yeah, but
Instagram,
people
on
gotta be
TikTok.
careful what they be saying because you know that karma always spins the block, and you just never know. Your situation may turn into 21 days, and then it may end up turning into years. Who knows? But I'll jump in the bushes and let somebody else call in. Thank
All
you,
right. Thank you
Wiley.
so much for calling in too.
Thanks, bye.
Bye bye. Just never know. Okay, y'all. We have the breaking news there, and that's all it is. And then I had the pleasure of going on somebody live yesterday, and they were talking about the chase in LA. And guess who? That chase in Atlanta. Excuse me. Guess who was hosting the chase in Atlanta? Dominique Morgan. She was there late. She didn't know the cast member's name. And it was really, really boring. She opened up talking about people's zodiac signs. And they said she was like hours late and they started late. They couldn't even complete everything because she got there like super, 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 super late. This is definitely a downfall for the production because I feel like the production should have booked a host that really loved and talked about the show. They could have booked. He's already in Atlanta. Scotty by Nature TV. They also booked. Let me go back to the page there, and that hosted the pre-show, and they should have had him just host the reunion, but they allowed him to host the pre-show. And his name, what is his name? So I can make sure we get his name. Seth O'Brien Green. And he was talking about it on Instagram, on his TikTok. They should allow him to host the reunion show. So I was trying to watch the reunion show. I watched the entire episode of the reunion. It was boring and dry. Towards the last 60 seconds of the reunion, that's when it got entertaining. But I will watch part two, and I think part two is going to drop next week. So thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Wiley Show, for coming through today. Thank you so very much for the caller that called in. Shout out to her. We'll be back tomorrow with some more news. Again, breaking news: Dominique is in jail. The Dio Whisperer was right. Dominique is in jail, and we will give y'all more information once more updates come about. With Prophet Carn, when he turned himself in, he have turned himself in. Let me see if I can. I had something I was going to read to y'all. Let me see. Did I save it on my phone? Give me a second. Let me see. Did I screenshot it? I did. They said, and this was shout out. This was on William McCrae. This was on William McCrae Live. And William McCrae said, in a studied development afternoon, Brian Carn Jr. has been sentenced to 9 months in prison for his involvement in tax fraud and obstruction in order to pay $595,000 in restitution. Carn presented a certified check an amount of $25,000 towards his ordered restitution. The decision was handed down by judge during the sentence. The judge quoted Matthew 22:11 and stated Carn failed to render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Carn is required to report to prison by June 15th. 2026, this unexpected sentence has sent shockwaves to the church community. Reactions are pouring in from supporters and critics alike. Bishop Hogan testified as character witness on the behalf of Brian Carn Jr. as the situation developed. They would say, they was pretty much saying they would continue. So again, he have to report in June. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will talk to y'all in the next episode. Peace. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first.